presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, Kolo saved Lynn Chalmers from a native who had captured her and was dragging her to the plantation house of Shanghai Lil. When Lynn insisted on going to find out what was preventing Jungle Jim from giving the signal, Kolo gave up arguing with her and started dragging her back to their hideout. In the meantime, up at the plantation house, Shanghai Lil declared to Jungle Jim that she was in love with him. At first, too astonished to speak, Jim finally found his tongue and firmly told her what he thought of her. Lil retaliated by vowing that the Reverend Chalmers would marry them if she had to torture the ceremony out of him. When Jacques Laval learned of Lil's plans, he was furious and swore she would never throw him aside for Jungle Jim. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue our story. Much against her will, Lynn Chalmers finds herself back in the hiding place selected by Kolo, where they were to wait for Jungle Jim's signal.
You just wait, Kolo. I'll tell Tuan Jim how cruelly you've treated me.
Kolo sorry, Missy. Kolo no want hurt white Missy. Kolo have bring Missy back here.
That native that captured me showed us pretty clearly the way to the camp of the Batwoman. I tell you, we ought to start out and do a little scouting, Kolo.
What happened native boy come catch Missy?
We chased him and shot him. Why do you ask?
Something happened, Missy. Kolo, if Batwoman boy see.
Oh, you think we'd be shot before we could get to Tuan Jim?
Yes, he, Missy.
But he expects us to reach him sometime, Kolo.
Yes, he, Missy. But Tuan Jim, him need help if signal made.
I see. You mean it's worth risking our lives only if Tuan Jim is in trouble?
Yes, he, Missy. No good get shot before Tuan Jim need help. Maybe Tuan Jim make fix for Kolo, Missy. Get into camp when Batwoman no see.
I never thought of that. Kolo, I owe you an apology.
Missy no owe Kolo anything.
Oh, yes, I do. I didn't realize you were so smart.
Smart? Nice to be smart.
Yes, very nice. And you're very smart, Kolo. You may tell Tuan Jim I said so.
Kolo give many thanks, Missy. Kolo tell Tuan Jim Kolo smart.
I should have trusted you. I should have realized Tuan Jim knew what he was doing when he left me in your care.
Yes, he, Missy. Kolo take care like Tuan Jim say.
I'm sure of that now. And from now on, I'm going to do everything you tell me to do.
Good. Kolo glad.
What's that? Listen.
Native boy blow shell, Missy.
Where can he be? It sounds as though it were coming from over there.
Come, Missy. We look over top of rock.
All right. You go first, Kolo.
Come. Give Kolo hand, Missy. Good.
All right.
Now, come.
Coming.
I pick Missy up. Yeah. Now, come. Now. Look, see. On river. Native boy in canoe.
So there is. And he's... Why, Kolo, it's Mamba.
Mamba? What name something?
He was my guide. It was Mamba who shot me and kidnapped Dad.
Oh. Look, Missy. Native boy come near shore. Come, Missy. Me fix him.
In the meantime, down in the dungeon cave, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers are deep in a plot.
I tell you, Reverend, we've got to bring up our reinforcements.
That's right, Jim. A surprise attack by Kolo might turn the trick. It's certain we can't do much alone.
And we can't do much down here in this cave.
True, Jim, true. If only we could get out.
We've got to get out somehow to build a fire to send a signal to Kolo.
Yes.
Now, let's see. How can we? I got it, Reverend. Just the thing.
What's just the thing, dear boy?
The excuse for getting us out of this cave. Here, give me a hand with our palm bed. Drag yours over here in the bottom of the stairs, like this. Come on.
Yes, but I say, what do we want them over here at the entrance for?
Come on, put your bed on top of mine.
All right.
That's it. Now give me a match.
Jim, you're going to burn up our beds? Whatever for?
So we can get outside. I'll set fire to this pile of palms and then call for that guard up there.
I see.
When he comes to see what's the matter, we'll jump on him and tie him up. Then we can see about sending the signal.
Splendid idea, Jim. I'm with you on that. Get the match.
Thanks. And here goes our try for a few minutes' freedom.
Now, light it on this side, too. That's right. I'll stir up a little draft.
It's starting, Reverend.
Yes,
Come on, keep on fanning.
Right.
Here. Let's use our search. We've got to get this fire going before we call that guard.
Being cooped up in this cave makes it hard to start a good blaze, Jim.
I know it. But you're starting up now. Don't stop fanning. I want the smoke to almost suffocate the guard when he comes down here.
Yes. But if you don't soon call him, I'll be suffocated. The smoke's blowing back into the cave.
So it is. But fan as hard as you can, Reverend. Right. We've got to overcome the draft that's coming from the top of the stairs.
Right.
I'll bring that native. Oh, guard! Guard!
Help! Help! I come.
Here he comes on the run, Reverend.
Yes, it's Twan. What's the matter, Twan?
Look, fire.
What?
Our beds are on fire.
Ooh.
Come help us put it out.
Oh, fire! Zanzi go get Twan Yaba. Zanzi go.
Zanzi
go.
Did you hear that, Reverend? The darn fool's going to get Labar.
Yes.
Come on up here.
I heard. That's good. That's splendid.
What's good about it? I expected to be able to tie that black boy up for a while. And there he scampers off to bring Labar.
Well, he'll have to find Labar first, won't he?
Reverend, you mean that we...
Yes, I mean that we can get out of this cave and escape to where Kolo is guarding my daughter.
We can't do it, Reverend.
Why not?
It would be suicide. Shanghai Lil has guards posted all over the plantation. The best we can hope for is to have a minute or two freedom in which to signal Kolo. Come on. Let's gather the branches and make a fire over here.
All right, Jim. We shan't have any too much time. Oh, it's good to be out of that cave.
Yes. Now you work over there, Dr. Chalmers.
Right.
I'll break off these branches here.
Let's hope and pray Kolo is looking when we send the signal.
Trust Kolo. He'll have an eye out, even when he's asleep. He's probably wondering why he hasn't seen it by now.
Oh, I can't wait to see my daughter Lynn. It's an eternity since we were separated.
Well, if this signal doesn't work, there's one sure way you can get to Lynn.
I know what you mean, Jim, but I tell you again, I will not unite you and Lily DeVille in holy matrimony. It would be a farce.
Lord knows I'd rather be married to a Black Panther. But you have a family to think of. Performing the ceremony would mean your freedom.
Yes, and if I don't, it would mean my death. I know, but I'll take my chance of that. I appreciate your attitude, Jim, but I'm a man of the church, and I shouldn't be the first to die for my principles.
Yes, I know, but Shanghai Lil said she'd torture you into marrying us. I've seen these native torturers, and, well, they're experts.
As I told you before, Jim, anything I might have to go through would be worth it in order to keep you free from that woman.
You're a brave man, Reverend, and a friend indeed. But I'll never let you make such a sacrifice.
Oh, let's not waste any more time on such a subject, Jim. Let's get that signal fire going.
Yes, of course, but every time I think of what you may face,
Please, forget it, Jim.
All right. Let's forget it for the now.
Good.
Come on. Pile up the branches here, Reverend.
Right.
This is a clear space. The smoke ought to be able to rise up in a thick, straight column.
Well, I wish no man ill, but I pray God that native may have some difficulty in locating the half-breed Labar.
Amen to that, Reverend. Well, here goes the only chance we have.
Has the pile caught fire, Jim?
Just a second now. Here she goes. When it's well started, we'll throw on some more brush and make a column of thick smoke. Any sign of Labar yet?
No. It looks as though we'll get the signal fired off all right, Jim.
Yes. So far, so good, Reverend. Now then, let's get the smoke going.
Right-o.
Here, that's doing it, Reverend.
Well, that's a fine column of smoke. It ought to be seen for quite a distance. Jim.
Yes. But let's hope it's discovered by Kolo at his hideout before the folks up there at the house notice it.
Hey! What you fellas do there?
Uh-oh. I was afraid of this. Here's Labar.
Yes, and sends me with a pail of water.
Throw on the rest of the branches, Reverend.
Right.
We've got to make the most of this chance.
Stop that! Stop that! What you trying for to do? One of these blades, stop that, I say.
Well, Jim, if Kolo didn't see the smoke, well lost.
It looks like it, Reverend.
Stand back. Stand back from that fire, you two. Sandy, cover them with your gun while I throw water on this fire. That's one. So, my God. Make one good thing, Sandy come get Jackie Labar. You fella must be crazy. Start fire around here. What you want for do? Set the whole jungle fire?
It's an idea, Labar. There's a lot of vermin I know of need exterminating.
You mean me?
Reverend, Labar's almost human. Isn't it amazing what intuition this ape man has?
Sacre bleu. There's fighting word, Jungle Jim. I no let you get away with calling me ape man.
I'm sorry, Labar. I was wrong to say that. I apologize.
Ah.
I apologize to the apes.
By God, I kill you for that.
That's easy. You've got a gun.
No, shooting too quick. I kill you with my bare hand. Sandy, take the padre back to the house.
No.
I fix these fellas, Jungle Jim, for good.
I'm ready for you, Labar.
I'll stay and help you, Jim.
You go with Sandy.
Yes, you go with Zenzi,
Go
Dr.
on.
Chalmers. I can take care of this two-legged animal.
Take him away.
Watch out for him, Jim. He won't fight fair.
Don't worry, Reverend. This is the chance I've been waiting for.
You no want for more chance when I get finished with you, Jungle Jim.
Come on, Labar. This is a fight to the finish. Your finish.
We see about that. Take this.
Okay. And here's one for you.
The two men sail into each other, trading punch for punch. For a few seconds, they stand toe-to-toe. Then Jim swings one from his boot top.
Oh,
And Labar crashes to his back on the ground.
sacre. No.
But he's up in a second, and let's go with a big fist straight onto Jim's jaw.
Why you like
Jim
that?
finds himself looking up at the sky. Just then, Shanghai Lil arrives on the scene.
Labar!
Oh, the boss.
What's going on here? I'll flog you for this.
No, understand, boss. Jungle Jim, he was...
Shut up. I don't care what he was doing or saying. You all right, Jim?
Yes, of course. And if you'll just step back out of the way, I'll repay that smack with interest.
You do no such thing. Come up on the veranda of the house. I want to talk to you.
All right. But I don't know what the boss has got to say to me.
Never shall she marry Jungle Jim. I will stop that marriage, or else I...
Well, what do you want to talk about, Lily DeVril?
Jim, I've been thinking about this marriage.
Have you? I hope you thought enough about it to realize it's never going to happen.
I realize that it can be a very happy marriage if I have to force you to marry me. And I want it to be a happy marriage, Jim.
That's darn considerate of you.
I know you don't love me.
Love you? Why, I detest you.
But you'll learn to love me, Jim. I know that. I know I can make you love me.
Pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
Perhaps. And then again, perhaps I'm sure of you. Listen, Jim. I'm giving you another chance. With you as my husband, we can rule this island and eventually all the other islands. The natives idolize you, and they fear me.
The natives may fear you, Shanghai Lil, but I don't.
I don't want the man I love to fear me.
Love.
Think of this, Jim. With these islands under our control, we can grow rich. Rich.
Oh, you're wasting your breath, Lil. I'm not interested.
Not interested in getting rich.
Not by the means you offer.
All right. I see I've got to stick to my original plan. I've got to use force. Mario! Goku! Take the prisoner away.
Gladly.
Poor weak fool that I am. I love him. I love him.
Did Lin and Kolo see the smoke signal before Labar interrupted the plotters and put out the signal fire? This dramatization of the exciting adventures of Jungle Jim is based on the full-color action pictures from the Comic Weekly, which is distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. All of the really famous characters of the world of colored pictures are to be found every Sunday in the Comic Weekly. You will find Toots and Casper, the Little King, Barney Google, the Captain Yama Kid, Flash Gordon, and many others. Also a new set of interesting color poster stamps to add to your present collection. Don't forget our date next week over the same station at the same time for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim. presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, while Kolo and Lynn Chalmers were busy preparing to surprise Mambo, whom they had discovered landing his canoe near their hideout, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers managed to get out of their cave and give the long-awaited signal, a column of thick smoke. But Labat extinguished the fire and started a fight with Jungle Jim. Shanghai Lil arrived on the scene, stopped the fight, and took Jungle Jim up to the house with her. There she gave him another chance to accept her proposal of marriage, which Jim again refused. Rebuffed, Shanghai Lil ordered him taken away. Left alone, the Batwoman broke down, revealing that she was really in love with Jungle Jim. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue the story. At their hideout, where they had been anxiously awaiting Jungle Jim's signal, Kolo and Lynn Chalmers prepared to surprise Mamba, who was coming near to the shore in his canoe.
Come, Missy. Me fix him.
What are you going to do, Kolo?
Better me kill bad native boy.
Oh, no.
Yes, see, Missy. Bad native boy shoot you.
Yes, but he
Can
might...
catch him your father prisoner.
Yes, I know, Kolo, but he might...
Kolo know what do. Better me kill him. No kill him. Him kill Missy. Kolo.
But don't you see, Kolo? If you kill Mamba, how will we know what has happened to Dad?
Oh, Kolo see.
If we don't kill him, he can guide us to Dad when we see Jim's signal.
Missy right. Kolo wrong. Better catch him bad native boy prisoner.
I'm glad you agree with me. Now, how shall we capture him?
Come with Kolo, Missy. You see, we go down to shore.
Yes, Kolo.
Native boy, him have ceremony before him pull canoe on shore. Then you take gun. Tell him come to our hideout, Missy.
But what if he starts after me to get the gun?
All right. Kolo watch. Kolo fall on him from tree.
I see. You want me to decoy him.
What name something?
I mean, you want me to attract his attention.
Oh, yesy, Missy.
He's blowing that shell again.
Yesy, Missy. Him blow to let spirit know him come to shore. Soon you hear him make mumbo jumbo.
And when he's finished, I'm to cover him with my gun and order him to the hideout.
Yesy, Missy. When he leave shore and start in brush, you stand in front him. Kolo, me get behind him.
Mamba is a big, powerful native. I certainly hope you will be behind him when I hold him up.
Yesy, Missy. No be afraid. Look, Missy. Native boy come to shore. When him finish mumbo jumbo, me catch him prisoner. You stay here. I climb tree and jump down on him.
Wagam kushi wagam biblua, koya kari agana buku yoba, wari tata kam kari kira kari mwata, wari po karabuna saramwa, wari badari loma.
Stand right where you are, Mamba.
Missy.
Surprised to see me, aren't you? You should be after trying to kill me.
Missy, come with Mamba.
Keep back, Mamba. Keep away from me, do you hear? Don't you touch me. Kolo!
No, Mamba, you kill Missy. You tried to kill me. I tell you, you tried prisoner Missy,
Kolo, fix him, Missy.
Good.
Now, me tie him up and drag to hideout.
While Lynn and Kolo have been capturing Mamba, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers have been placed in another dungeon.
And I tell you, Jim, I'll die before I perform this ceremony.
We'll see that isn't necessary, Reverend Chalmers. Something may turn up.
Oh, it's a funny thing that Lynn and your native boy didn't see our smoke.
Yes.
If they'd been watching as closely as you thought, Jim, they must have seen it for the minute or two we had it rising.
I can't understand it, Reverend.
Jim, are you sure that you can trust that native?
Cole?
Yes.
Why, I'd trust him anywhere, anytime, and with anything, Reverend. He's Class A, 14 carat.
Good.
The fact that I'm alive and talking to you right now is due to him many, many times over.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, Jim. Because, well, it makes me feel better.
About Lynn?
Yes.
Reverend, if anything should happen to Lynn, it'll only be because Colo isn't alive to protect her any longer.
Yes, but how do you explain the fact that they haven't answered our signal?
You've got me there, sir. I just can't try to explain it.
Something must have happened to both of them. They may have been captured.
Colo would be too clever to let Lynn and himself be captured.
Jim, you think it's likely that some wild animals may have caught them while they slept?
Reverend, sit down.
Oh,
There's no use trying to imagine what's happened to them. We'll never know until we see them again.
I suppose you're right, Jim. Doesn't do any good trying to piece the puzzle together when you haven't got all the pieces.
And that's right, sir. There's their ladyship,
What?
sitting on the veranda up at the big house. Darn decent of Shanghai Lil to put us where we can at least see what's going on.
Sitting on the veranda, you say?
Yes, I can just see her out of this window.
You know, Jim, Solomon has described Shanghai Lil here in the Proverbs, where he says, "For she sitteth at the door of her house. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. Her guests are in the depths of hell."
That certainly fits Shanghai Lil, Reverend. She treats her guests just like Solomon says. Don't we know?
Jim, you really think she'll try to go through with this impossible marriage?
All I know is what she told me. She said she'd give me one more chance to accept her proposal of my own free will. And when I told her I wasn't interested, she said she'd go through with her original plan.
I see. She wants to marry you in order to control the natives, does she?
That's what I gathered. Said they like me and fear her. Together we could control them all.
Together you could control them all. Are those her exact words?
Yes, as near as I can remember them.
Then you don't see what that means, Jim.
Well, yes. Together we could control them all.
No, man. It means that Lily DeVril hasn't as much power as we thought. She practically admitted that when she asked you to join her.
By golly, Reverend, you've struck on something there.
If we could only find out just how much control she has.
Well, she has everybody around here under her thumb. We can be sure of that.
Can we?
What are you hinting at, Reverend?
Chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
You think there might be a disgruntled member among her followers?
I repeat, Jim, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And we've got to find that weakest link.
Having failed to gain the consent of Jungle Jim to willingly become her husband, Shanghai Lil sends for the Reverend Chalmers.
Ah, the Reverend. Come in, Dr. Chalmers.
Well, and what do you want with me, Lily DeVril?
Well, I shouldn't call that a very cordial greeting, Reverend.
I am not here of my own free will. Why should you expect cordiality?
Oh, I know you haven't liked me, Reverend. I know you think me a bad woman.
Well, what more is there to be said? You'll excuse me. I'll go back to Jungle Jim.
Oh, no, you won't. I want to talk to you. All right, Walyo, wait outside. Reverend, I have a confession to make to you.
It should be a full one. These things doth the Lord hate: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, and he that soweth discord among the brethren.
And you think I'm guilty of the whole thicket, don't you?
Arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate.
Very neatly put, Reverend. So I have a froward mouth, have I? Usually men tell me it's beautiful.
The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked.
Oh, you're prejudiced, my dear Dr. Chalmers. Jungle Jim may hate me, but at least he can appreciate the fact that I'm attractive.
Solomon has described you, Lily DeVril, without seeing you, where he says, "As a jewel of gold..."
Ah, as a jewel of gold. That's better.
Let me finish. "As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion."
Oh, you would have to spoil it. But that's where you're wrong. I have discretion. That was my confession, Reverend. At last, I've found the man I can truly love. It's Jim. I'm terribly in love with him.
For the lips of a strange woman droppeth a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
You don't believe me, do you? Well, I can prove it to you. I want to marry Jungle Jim.
Yes, I know, he told me.
You suppose I'd want to marry him if I didn't love him?
It's not improbable.
So you, too, think I have an ulterior motive.
The wicked worketh a deceitful work.
Enough of your smug quotations. Can't you say something of your own?
Yes, Lily DeVril, but I couldn't express my thoughts half so well. Solomon was the wisest of the ancients, and who am I to improve on his words?
Well, here's a question that Solomon can't help you to answer. Will you perform the marriage ceremony for Jim and me?
No, never.
Don't be too hasty, Reverend. You haven't heard all I have to say. If you'll marry us, I'll set you free. Now what you say?
Just this, Lily DeVril. There is nothing in this world that could make me join you two together.
No? Well, we'll see about that. Milo, take the parson back to his cell. All right, Reverend. You've sung your little song. But you'll change your tune before I get through with you.
I have strength. God overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness.
Take him away, Walio. I'm sick of his preaching.
Come, Mrs. One, come with Walio.
I shall be delighted, Walio. I'm greatly in need of fresh air.
Oh, my God. Look who's here. My friend, the Padre. How are you today, Padre?
Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom, Labar. And he that hearkeneth to counsel is wise.
What the Padre mean, Lily?
Don't pay any attention to him, Labar. He's just overflowing with smart sayings this morning.
By God, I don't think they so smart. I know Abel for know what he mean.
Well, never mind him. What do you want here?
Oh, me? I came for have talk with you, Lily.
What about?
Lily, I love you.
Don't make me laugh.
I tell you true. Can you not see I love you? For a long time I have loved you. But I say nothing. I think there plenty time for tell you. But now you say you're going for to marry these young legumes.
That's right, Labar. That's just what I'm going to do.
No, Lily. You cannot do that.
Why not? I'm free, white, and 21.
But I, Jacques Labar, love you. These young legumes, he no love you.
He will.
No, he will not. You are wrong, Lily. Young legumes, he hates you.
Yes, he hates me now. But he'll change. He'll love me, all right. I know how to make him
Do
love
not
me.
be foolish, Lily. Here is Jacques Labar who love you now. Marry with me. I make you happy.
Labar.
Together we rule over these natives. You with mumbo jumbo. Me with these powerful arms.
Labar, you're an ignorant fool.
Lily, you no can say that. I have killed for help you get control these islands.
Well, your usefulness is at an end.
What you mean?
Get out of here.
Lily, what you say?
I said get out of here, you fool.
Wait, you're right. I am one fool for trust devil like you.
If I see you again, Labar, I'll kill you. Now get out.
All right. I go Lily Dabril. Lily Dabril. Ha! Shanghai Lil. You shall never marry with Zhang Lajin.
Will Jacques Labar, crazed in his frustration, take his own revenge, or will Lynn and Kolo arrive in time to prevent the marriage ceremony? These adventures of Jungle Jim are portrayed in full-color action pictures in the Comic Weekly, the magazine of humor and adventure distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper everywhere. In the Comic Weekly, you will find all the famous characters of the world of color pictures. Among them, the Katzenjammer Kids, Flash Gordon, Barney Google, and many, many others. Don't forget our date next week, the same time, the same station, for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim. presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers came to the conclusion that the Batwoman wasn't as powerful in controlling the natives as they had thought. They decided to find the weakest link in her chain of followers. In the meantime, while Lin and Kolu captured Mamba, who had landed his canoe near their hideout, Shanghai Lil tried to get the Reverend Chalmers to agree to marry Jungle Jim and herself. But he refused and was again imprisoned. Then Jacques Labat appeared and asked Lil to marry him. But the Batwoman ordered him out of her sight forever. Jacques Labat left in a rage, warning her that she would never marry Jungle Jim. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue our story. Back at their jungle hideout, Lin and Kolu, having bound their prisoner, Mamba, question him.
Where did you take my father, Mamba?
Tell Missy to Batwoman.
Is he all right? Is he alive?
Mamba, no.
Well, what do you mean you don't know?
Mamba been away long time. No see.
But he was alive the last time you saw him.
Mamba, talk.
But he was alive the last time you saw him.
Yes, Missy.
And Jungle Jim?
Twan Jim, him all right same day, Mission Twan.
You hear that, Kolu?
Yes, Missy. Twan Jim no send signal. Him all right. Missy, why Mamba come here this place? Better you ask.
That's a good idea, Kolu. Why have you come here, Mamba?
Mamba, tell Missy. You hear? Why you here?
Maski.
Maski? What does that mean, Kolu?
Him say, no mind, make no business you.
Oh, it's none of my business, eh? So you make him tell us, Kolu.
What you do here, Mamba? You talk.
No got something.
Him say, do no thing, Missy. Him lie.
Ask him if the Batwoman sent him to look for us.
Batwoman send you, Mamba. Tell Kolu.
I belong me, him like sleep.
You no tell. You long time catch him sleep. You see knife belong me. What you do here?
Mamba go bush.
Him say, him run away, Missy.
From the Batwoman?
Yes, Missy.
Him lie, Missy.
But he isn't wearing a bat, Kolu. Maybe he's telling the truth. Ask him how far we are from the Batwoman's place.
How much far Batwoman place, Mamba?
No too much far.
Which way? That way?
Maybe.
Kolu, if he's run away from the Batwoman, why doesn't he tell us how to find her?
Wait. I find out. Mamba. Maugi. Koyogabu. Idu Bagwago. Batwoman.
Batwoman. Samparangi doyavo. Magwo dopagova.
What's all that, Kolu?
Me ask Mamba why he no tell us of Batwoman. Him say no can tell. Batwoman got much power. Batwoman kill him if him tell.
Kolu, what did you want to do with Mamba when we first met him?
Me say kill him.
That's right. And I said not to, didn't I?
Yes, Missy.
Maybe I was wrong, Kolu.
Missy, you let Kolu kill Mamba now?
No, Mamba tell.
All right. Which way Batwoman place?
That way.
Just as we thought, Kolu. That is the way the native was dragging me.
Missy.
What is it, Kolu?
Drums. You hear?
Yes, I hear them. Why?
Drums say Twan Jim go marry Batwoman.
Oh, no.
Yes, Missy. So Drums tell. Something all same wrong.
You bet something's wrong. Kolu, are you sure you have Mamba tied up securely?
Yes, Missy.
Then come on. We're going to save Jim.
Meanwhile, back at the plantation, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers faced their hopeless situation.
How did you make out with Lil, Reverend?
Oh, just as we expected, Jim. She tried to make me say I'd perform the ceremony, but I refused.
Didn't she promise you your freedom?
Oh, yes. She tried to bribe me with that, but I was firmer than ever.
Bully for you, sir. But I'm afraid you're in for a tough time of it now.
Yes, Shanghai Lil intimated as much just as I was leaving.
I'll bet she did. While you were gone, I offered a bribe to Zenzi, my cartridge belt.
Did he accept the bribe?
Yes, very willingly.
Good.
No, you're wrong, sir.
Why?
It wasn't so good.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, he took my belt, all right. But when I asked him to bring me a gun and some ammunition, he said mesquite and walked off.
What luck. Well, I didn't offer a bribe, but I dropped a word or two that I hope will bear fruit.
You think you found the weakest link, Reverend?
Well, we'll know it sooner or later.
Who was it, Walyo or Goku?
Neither. It was Jacques Labarre.
Labarre?
Yes,
Why, he's Lil's mainstay, Reverend.
of course he is.
Her right-hand man. Do you think it was wise to say anything to him?
Oh, I didn't come right out with anything, Jim. I merely dropped a remark that I hope will puzzle Labarre enough to make him come and ask me what I meant.
What did you say to him, sir?
I said, counsel is mine and found wisdom, and he that hearkeneth to counsel is wise.
Well, he must have thought you were crazy.
Yes, he looked at me as though he thought I was just that. He was still looking at me as he went in with Shanghai Lil and shut the door.
I'll bet he asked her what you meant.
Probably. But as I've been quoting scriptures to her all through the interview, Jim, I'm inclined to think she's passed it off.
Let's hope so. Now, in the meantime, suppose we get to work with this.
A knife? Where'd you get it, Jim?
While you were with Lil, I made a survey of this cell room. I found it tucked away in a corner.
Good.
Some other guest must have hidden it there, and then before he got a chance to use it...
Was killed.
Most likely. Well, we're going to put it to use right now.
How?
We'll cut a hole in the roof.
Good.
They won't see it as quickly as if it were cut in the side.
Quite right, Jim.
And then when it's dark, we can get out and try to make a run for it.
Yes, but guards. Lil's got them posted.
Yes,
You forget I wanted you to try and make our escape when we had the fire going.
Yes, I know, Reverend. But this time, we've got a weapon to defend ourselves with.
Right.
Now, I'll start cutting our way out. You watch from the window there and see that we aren't surprised by the guards.
Right-o, Jim. And when you get tired, I'll take your place up there.
Okay, Reverend.
How's it going, Jim?
Good. You know, we owe somebody a lot of thanks. This knife is plenty sharp. And it shouldn't be long now before we'll be out of here.
Meanwhile, Shanghai Lil is getting together her wedding outfit. She stands in the center of the main room of the plantation house while a native woman arranges her bridal veil.
Well, mosquito netting doesn't make the best bridal veil in the world, but it'll have to do. Be afraid to use plenty of it, Neezy.
Yes, Missy.
You never can tell how things are going to turn out, Neezy. I remember when I was a little girl, I used to talk about the swell wedding I'd have someday. Ribbon girls, maids of honor, flowers, organ music, yards of tulle, a train a mile long. And look at this outfit. Instead of tulle, I'll wear mosquito netting.
Yes, Missy.
And the only way I'll get the parson to perform the ceremony is at the point of a gun. Isn't that a hot one?
Yes, Missy.
You keep your mouth shut and fix my veil. What do you know about it? Talking to you is like talking to myself.
Yes, Missy.
I must get a new overseer now that I've fired Labarre. Who's there?
Mamba, Missy.
Member. Well, it's about time. What kept you?
Me find white girl, Missy.
Good. Where is she? Outside?
No, Missy. On island.
You stupid fool. I told you to bring her here, didn't I?
Yes, Missy. Mamba try.
Don't tell me you couldn't capture a girl.
Mamba try. Native boy fall on Mamba from tree. Mamba fight. All get black like night.
Go on. Then what happened?
Mamba get tied up. Catch 'em prisoner.
How'd you escape?
Mamba get out of rope. Run to Wagam. Come back to here, Missy.
Good. Get my air canoe ready, Mamba. I'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, Missy.
All right, Needy. Here. Put this veil away.
Yes, Missy.
And see that Walyo and Goku get some flowers to decorate the room.
Yes, Missy.
I'm going away for a little while, but I'll be back soon. And if everything isn't fixed the way I've ordered it, I'll strip the hide off every one of you.
Air Wagam ready, Missy.
All right. Get in, Mamba.
All right, Missy.
Is there some rope here, Mamba?
Yes, Missy. Plenty rope.
That's fine.
Where we go, Missy?
I want you to show me the island where you discovered that girl. I'm going to bring back the maid of honor for my wedding.
taking turns, Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers work like beavers cutting a hole in their prison.
Tired, Reverend?
No, Jim. I'm good for a while yet.
I wonder where her ladyship went in her seaplane.
Heaven only knows. But if she stays away long enough, we may be able to get out of here before she gets back.
Look out! Get down here, Reverend. Quickly.
What's the matter, Jim?
Here comes Labar. And boy, is he drunk.
Get out of my way, Black Rat.
Yes, it looks as though my plan is working, Jim. Is he alone?
Yes. Well, that's funny. He's heading for this window here instead of the door.
I find out now.
Hello, Labar.
Hey, you shut your face up. I want to talk with the Padre.
Well, Lamar, and what can I do for you?
Padre, what do you mean when you say that funny, smart thing up to the plantation house? I've been trying for to make it out.
I meant just what I said, Lamar. He that hearkeneth to counsel is wise.
What country do you mean?
Just this. Shanghai Lil is a bad woman, Lamar. Sooner or later, she'll be caught by the authorities and punished. Anybody caught with her will receive the same punishment as she does. Now, if I were you, I'd get away from here before that happens.
By God, you're right, Padre. I've decided that myself.
Good for you, Labar. I didn't think you had that much sense.
What I tell you, young Jim, you shut your face up.
Why, Labar, I'm paying you a compliment.
Hey, you don't pay me anything.
If you're going to desert Shanghai Lil, Lamar, why don't you take us with you?
Huh? Here she comes, Shanghai Lil.
Yes. We've got to work fast, Labar. What do you say?
What I say is, I love Lily. I want for marry with her.
That's great, Labar. I'm all for it. You help us out of here, and the Reverend and I will help you to marry your girlfriend.
That's right, Jim. I'll marry them with the greatest of pleasure.
Listen to me. Lily is in love with the young Jim. She won't have me. And if she won't have me, she shall have no one. I see to that.
Will Jungle Jim and the Reverend Chalmers manage to escape? And will the jealousy of Jacques Labar mean the eventual fall of the empire the Batwoman is building? These fascinating adventures of Jungle Jim, which you have just heard dramatized, are pictured in full-color action pictures in the Comic Weekly, that entertaining magazine distributed with your Hearst Sunday newspaper. In the big Comic Weekly, you will find all the famous characters of humor and adventure who live in the world of color pictures. There is Skippy, Barney Google, the Katzenjammer Kid, Toots and Casper, Flash Gordon, and the Little King. Next week, there will be a continuation of the dramatized adventures of Jungle Jim. They will reach you from the same station at the same time.